So we are taking one more question on unrestricted variable type. I'll just read out the question for you. First of all, it is said that we have to maximize Z. Then it is said that it is subjected to some condition. First condition, you can see it is having equal to. So we already know whenever there is equal to, it means that it will be like 2x1 plus 5x2 plus x3 is equal to 12. But should we add artificial variable or not will depend upon the second condition also. You'll just see 3x1 plus 4x2. Since it is less than, we will add one slack variable s1, and then this will be equal to 11. But the problem is, if you look at this equation, this is having x1 x2 and this is having x1 x2, but x3 is not there in the second equation. There is no x3 in the second equation, so you don't have to add any artificial variable. This will act to initiate the basic feasible solution for you. You can start your first iteration. One second, who is this person? Mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay. So what I'm saying is, since x3 is there, we can start our first iteration with the help of x3 rather than adding any artificial variable. So we don't have to add any artificial variable in this equation because it is less than. So we are adding only one slack variable. And in this equation, we don't have to add any artificial variable because there is x3, which is only repeating in one of the equation. It is not repeating in either of the equation. Okay. Now one more thing is, x2 is greater than 0, x3 is greater than 0 is okay, but x1 is unrestricted. So we know that if something is unrestricted, so what do we write for that thing? X1 will be equal to x2, x3 are already there, so we will write something like x4 minus x5. Now I have already told you. Now I have already told you something about x4 minus x5, like x4, x5 will be greater than equal to 0, right? Okay, automatically x1 will be unrestricted because if x4 and x5 both are greater than 0, x1 will be greater than 0. If one of them is less than 0, then x1 will be less than 0, and if it is equal to 0, x1 will be equal to 0. So all the conditions will be satisfied with respect to x1. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, now since we are putting x1 is equal to x4 minus x5, z will be like, z will be equal to 3, x1 will be x4 minus x5, so 3x4 minus 3x5 plus 2x3. Remember the sequence, okay? Huh? Plus 2x2. I'll just delete it for you. This is the question which are with a combined case. 2x2 plus x3 plus 0s1. I hope we can see there is plus 0s1. Okay. Now there is no artificial variable, if you can see. Okay, if you can just go through this, you will be able to find that there is no artificial variable. Okay, so we just need to solve this question. We can solve it by any method. Okay, there are three methods. We can solve it by Big M, we can solve it by two-phase, I hope you remember, and we can solve it by basic simplex method, right? So which method will be suitable? We know that Big M and two-phase is only possible when there is an artificial variable. Now in this case, there is no need of an artificial variable. So we have to solve this question by basic simplex method. Okay, we can solve it by basic simplex method. That will be the most preferred method. I hope everyone is getting. So we have written 3x4 minus 3x5 plus 2x2 plus x3, right, plus 0s1. Now this will be like, this will also change. How it will change? This equation will be this one I am saying. Okay, this equation will be 2x4 minus 2x5 plus 5x2. Okay, if it is right, yeah, plus x3 is equal to 12. So this is my first equation. Okay, this is my z. Now I'll write for this also. What will be this like? This equation, x1 is equal to x4 minus x5. So 3x4 minus 3x5 plus 4x2. Okay, right, plus 4x2 plus I am adding a slack variable s1 is equal to 11, and x2, x3, x4, x5 all are greater than equal to 0. Okay, so now what I'll do here is, I'll start with x1 ki jagah x4, x5, then x2, x3, s1. Just remember the sequence. Now how many equations are there? there are two equations. So if there are two equations, we can start with two variables. What are those two variables? We can see x3 is one of the variable and s1 is one of the variable. The variables which are not repeating in either of the equation will be initiating the initial basic feasible solution. So what we will write here is x3 and what we will write here is s1. Okay, now we will write the value of cj, that is the coefficients of z. So this is 3, then this will be minus 3, this is 2, this is 1 and this is 0. x3 is equal to 1. Okay, 1 second. Oh. So x3 is equal to 1, s1 is equal to 0, zj minus cj. I'll try to just complete it for you. x3 is equal to 1, 0, 0, 1. So what are the values? 2, minus 2, 5, 1, 0. And next will be 3, minus 3, 4, 0, 1. And this is RHS. This will be 0. Okay, then we will get theta, which is bi by ai. So we'll just try to complete. What is my RHS? It is having one value as 12, another value as 11. Okay, now we need to complete this thing. So how will we complete this thing? Just let me cancel this. So this will be 2, 0. Just remember 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Just remember what I am doing. It is not like you have to write cj ka minus every time. Since there is 1 into 2, so 1 into 2 will be 2, 0 into 3 will be 0. So 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Again, minus 2 plus 3 will be 1. Okay, I hope everyone is getting. So you can see there is a reverse that I have already stated. So this will be 5 minus 2, right? 5 minus 2 will be equal to 3. This will be 1 minus 1, 0. This will be also 0 minus 0 will be 0. And this will be 12. Okay, I hope you are getting. This is not first value. This first value will be equal to 12. Why? Because x3 is there in the solution. Now what is going to happen? This is the most negative. So what I'm going to do with this is 12 by 2 is 6. 11 by 3 is 11 by 3. So which one is the least positive? 11 by 3 is the least positive. So what I'll be doing here is S1 will go out of the solution and X4 will enter. So X3 will be as it is. X4 will enter. X4 will enter. Okay, so this will be X3 is how much? 1. X4 is how much? 3. This is Zj minus Cj. Just remember, this is not the same sequence. Find X3, put 1, 0. Find X4, put 0, 1. X4 is not after X3. You don't have to put anything here. Just remember the sequence. Okay, this is 0. This is 0. Now what do we need to do? We need to find the other values. So we can find these values. First we need to find the key element. So this is my key element. So 3 by 3 is 1. This will be minus 1. This will be 4 by 3, 0. And this will be 1 by 3. And this will be automatically 11 by 3. Now we need to find this value. Minus 6 plus 6. See, if this is 0, this will be minus 0. Automatic. I have already told this will be opposite of each other. Okay, so now we need to find this value. 15 minus 8. 15 minus 8 is 7 divided by 3. Okay, now this value 0 minus 2 divided by 3. Okay, yeah, this will be 36 minus 22 if I am not wrong. 36 minus 22, 14 by 3. Okay, now I need to find these values. This will be, since this is 0, can anyone tell me what will be this value? What will be x5? Anyone? You can even put it in the chat if you want to put. What will be x5? Zj minus Cj of x5, x5 of Zj minus Cj of x5. Anyone? Those who are listening, be fast. Please be quick. Can anyone let me know what will be the Zj minus Cj of x5? Without solving. 0. How do we know it? Because it will be opposite of this. Even if you want to try this way, you can try. 3 minus 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 3 will be equal to 0. Okay. Now, if we need to find this value, 9 plus 4, right? 9, if I am not wrong, 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay. 13 divided by 3. If you want to find this value, mashallah, everything is getting positive. So it's a good time that we have to complete the iteration. So if you want to find this, 14 by 3 plus 33 by 3. I hope you can do it by either way if you want to do. You can even cross multiply. 3 into 12 is 36. 36 plus 11 will be 36 plus 11 will be 47. So you can do it either way, you will get the same answer. 47 divided by 3. You do it either way. So I think we are done with the solution. Since all Zj minus Cj are greater than equal to 0, okay? So solution, or you can say problem terminates. Okay? Solution is Z is equal to 47 by 3. Now just look at the thing what I'm trying to say. Z is equal to 47 by 3, okay? And what are we getting? X3 is equal to 14 by 3. X4 is equal to 11 by 3. Now remember what was my Z initially. What was my Z? If you try to remember Z, it will be like 3x1, 3x4 minus 3x5. What is that? What is my Z? 3x4 minus 3xy, 2x2, x3. Okay. 3x4 minus 3x5 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus 0s1. This is what I wrote it as Z. Now we know x4 is coming out to be what? X4 is coming out to be, just look at this thing. X4 is coming out to be 11 by 3. So if x2 is there, x4 is there. So what will be x5? X5 will be automatically 0. Okay. Now one more thing that you can see from here is x3. X3 is not there in the solution, so x3 will also be equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Now something is very important that I want to say you. Just listen to what I'm saying. Okay. Now if you look at this equation, you know that x1 was equal to x4 minus x5. I hope everyone remembers this. Okay. Now x1 will be equal to, what is your x4? 11 by 3. X5 0. So what is your x1? Because x1 was unrestricted, you changed it to x4 and x5. It doesn't mean that your final solution should have x4 and x5. Your final solution should have x1. So you are now very sure, what you are sure, that my x1 is equal to, just look at this thing what I'm saying, that my x1 is equal to 11 by 3. So if I want to write something, I will write x1 is equal to 11 by 3. Okay. x4 is not there now. x2 is equal to 14 by 3. x4 is also there. No, x5 na? If I'm not wrong. Yeah, x3 is equal to 0. If I'm not wrong. And what is my Z max? For this, my Z max is equal to how much? Z max is equal to 47 by 3. So these are the resource allocation. Now, what is very important for you to know, I'll just give you some hint. This is very important. In unrestricted, this thing will happen. See, if you are assuming x1 to be equal to x4 minus x5, there are two possibilities. You might get either x4 and x5 both equal to 0. And when both are equal to 0, that means your final iteration will have x1 is equal to 0. Okay. This is the first condition. Or you will always have which one is preceding. X4 is preceding x5. So always you will have x4 value. Always remember. X5 will always be equal to 0. Always remember this thing. It will never happen. It can happen, sorry. X4 will have value and x5 is equal to 0. Sorry. Okay. X4 will have some value and x5 is equal to 0. That means x1 will be positive. Right? And if you are getting x5 is equal to value, then automatically remember x4 will be equal to 0. In the final iteration, this is bound to happen. In the final iteration, I am not saying in the initial iteration. What was happening in the initial iteration, one was the reverse of the another. This is totally okay. But when you get to the final iteration, Zj minus Cj's final iteration values of Zj minus Cj for both the variables which you have taken a part of as an unrestricted variable, if one value is coming, automatically second will be 0. That is what I want to tell you. Okay, and that would mean x5 will be negative in this case, because what you are getting is x4 minus x5. Okay, so what I want to tell you, this case will never arise. Okay, sorry, x1 will be negative. In your syllabus, this case shall never arise. If it arises, it's well and good. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so there are three cases. One is x4 can have value, another is x5 can have value, or both will have 0 value. That means x1 will be equal to 0. Okay, so in this case, all the cases like positive, negative, and 0 will be considered. Now I want you to look at this thing. See, what are my basis variable? X3 and X4. Okay, so now if you remember, this is my X4, right? And this is X1, X2, and I think this is X3, right now. So this is my X3, this is my X4, right? And this is my X5, right? And this is my X1 and this is my X2. I hope you remember. Okay? So now if you look at this thing, if I am not wrong, is it right what I've written? Is it right what I've written? Yeah. So now what I want you to see is this value is automatically C. What I'm saying, this value, what I told you is, if X4 is coming out in the equation, X5 will automatically be equal to 0 because it is not there in the equation. So always remember Zj minus Cj of one of the value which is having unrestricted nature will automatically be equal to 0. Always remember this will be 0. This is bound to be 0. Okay? Always remember this thing. Done? I hope everything is clear from my side. One second, give me a second.